Lesson 18. My family, my home. A family consists of a mother, father, and their children. In some families, there are also grandparents. The number of people in a family may differ. In some families, there can be one child and some two children. So the number of people will differ either on the number of children, or if they have only one of their grandparents living with them, or both their grandparents, or if only their mummy is there, or if only their daddy is there. So in that way the number differs. We are born in a family. We grow up in a family. We are brought up by our parents. They take care of us. They feed us, they give us bath when we are small. When we become big, they take care of us in other ways. They give us advice on what should we do, what is right, what is wrong. We are secure in a family. Our family provides us with food, clothing, and shelter. Other members of our family also take care of us. There is affection among family members. We like to be a part of family because of the love and caring that we get. Family members help one another in times of difficulty. They try to see that no one suffers from any illness. But if we fall sick, who takes care of us? Right, it's our family, and more importantly, it is our parents who take care of us. Small family, big family. Some family consists of parents and one or two children. Such families are called small families. Some families consist of grandparents, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, and cousins. Such families are called big family or extended family. What is an extended family? A family is linked with many other relatives, aunts and uncles from mother's side and father's side. Their children and all are all related to our family. Such a family is called an extended family. Our family gets extended because of our relatives. The relatives that we have, they make our family extended family. Members of an extended family may not live in one house, right? Your mummy's sister may not live in your house, but she comes to your house on occasions, right? Like if there is a party or a festival, then the full family gathers together. But there is love and affection, equal love and affection between everybody. Now, Rehanna, who is a girl studying in 3rd standard, was looking at a photo album of the people in her family. While looking at the pictures of birthdays and weddings, she found some familiar faces. Some faces she knew, and some were unfamiliar. Some faces she did not know. Some faces were appearing again and again, okay, in the photo album. Rehanna asked her mother, "Who are all these people?" Now, some of them she knew, like her cousins and all, but there were some faraway relatives which she did not know. So she asked her mother, "Who are all these people?" Her mother said, "They are all our relatives. Your uncles, aunts, grandparents. You can see them all in these photos." Rehanna asked her mother to explain it to her in detail. Rehanna's mother then drew a diagram to her. Okay, So this is the diagram that her mother drew. In that, first she made a line, and on one side she wrote grandmother, and on the other side she wrote grandfather. Okay, so grandmother and grandfather. Now these are her father's mummy and daddy. See, it is coming down to her father. So her father's mummy and daddy are her grandparents, grandfather, grandmother. Now her father is married to the mother, correct? And out of them, Rihanna and Salim, they have two children. Rihanna has a brother whose name is Salim. So this is Rihanna's small family, nuclear family. Now Rihanna's father has a sister. So Rihanna's grandparents have three children. This is one auntie, and this is one uncle, and this is Rihanna's father. So Rihanna's grandparents have three children, one daughter and two sons. One daughter and two sons, correct? Now Rihanna's father, who is one of the sons, is married and he has two children. Now Rihanna's aunt, that is his father's sister, is not married, so she's alone. So this is her side. Now on the other side is Rihanna's father's brother, who is an uncle. Now he is married. Okay, so this becomes her uncle and auntie. Like in Hindi, they say chacha chachi, correct? And these are the children, Sahil and Sania. So these two children are Rihanna's cousin. So this is the family tree. This is called a family tree. You can also sit and draw a small family tree of the people that you know are related to you and how they are related to you. Like that you can draw of your father's side first, and then you can make your mother's side. Now, changes in the family system. The family system changes as time goes by. At one time, grandparents, uncles, aunts, siblings all lived together and one big family. This was called a joint family. When members of the family moved away because of their jobs or occupation, they started to live separately, forming different families. Now everyone was living together first. It was a big joint family. Then one of the uncles and his family shifted, then the other auntie shifted with her family. So they started living separately, and they were small different families. So such families are called, smaller families are called nuclear families. Nuclear family, as I told you, small family, consists of both the parents and the children. So in this way the family system has changed. Now let's look at our household chores. Do you know the meaning of chores? It's not robber chore. That's not. This chores means work, household work. Now, in this picture, what can you see? The same lady is doing all the work, right? She's ironing, vacuuming, cooking, swabbing, washing the clothes, washing the vessels, bringing groceries from the market. So mostly one person is doing, and here it is a lady. So normally the lady of the house does most of the work on her own. Now it becomes very difficult for her. Now in this, all the family members are helping doing work. So this way all the work does not fall on one person. Now some of the household chores are storing water, cooking, cleaning. These are all chores, works that need to be done in family every day. Every day these works are to be done. Functions and festivals are often celebrated in the house. We have to welcome and entertain guests. The elderly people in the family need special attention. If you have grandparents staying with you, and if they are very old, then there are some things that they cannot do on themselves and they need help. we should care for their health. There are many household chores which must be shared by everyone. If everyone in a family shares the work, no one has to bear the burden alone. Mostly it is our mummies who's doing all the work, right? Daddy goes to work, we are playing, making a mess. So mummy is the one doing mostly all the work. So if we share the work, help her do little things, then she will not feel burdened. Means she'll not feel, oh, all the work is on me. Each chore is important, and family members do these chores with love and affection. We should be grateful for that. Right? Mummy does not complain when she's doing all the work, she does it with love and affection. So we should be very grateful and thankful for that. Now, what can you tell me about this room? That's right, it is very messy, untidy, not kept clean. And the girl in the middle is very sad or angry, confused. She cannot find anything. Everything is scattered. If she has to find something now, will she be able to find? No, because everything is out of its place. Nothing is in the place. Right? The ball is on the bed, the clothes are on the floor, bag is on the floor, things are everywhere. It's very difficult. Now, a clean and tidy house is very pleasing. It looks very nice. But if there is mess everywhere, no one can find their things on time. Keeping the house clean and tidy is the responsibility of every person in the family. You have to keep your things in place. Your daddy will keep his things in place. Your mummy will keep her things in place. Your sister will keep her things in place. So if everybody keeps their own things in place, then the house will not be dirty. We should throw rubbish in the dustbin and not throw it around. So the rubbish should be thrown always in the dustbin. Garbage should never be thrown outside the house. This will help to keep the environment clean. Okay? Now, there's one thing that we need to remember. Have you seen these two colored dustbins big? One is green and one is blue. So what does this dustbin stand for? The green one stands for all wet waste. Wet wastes are waste that we use in the kitchen, like food, vegetables, wet things like leaves and everything that go in this wet waste. And dry waste is newspapers, tins, jars, boxes, all these are dried waste. Okay, now some of the things from the dry waste can be recycled. That is why it is kept separate, not thrown with the waste. Waste is mostly just crushed, and sometimes they use it to make manure or some other things. So we should always separate the two things. So dry waste can be recycled. Wet waste can be used for manure. Remember to separate your waste if you are throwing it. Even in the house, you can make two separate bags, one for wet waste, and one for dry waste. Now there is another type of waste, e-waste. Now what is e-waste? E-waste is waste. Nowadays people use a lot of electronic devices, right? CDs, DVDs, pen drives, computers, everything we use on a large scale. Now when these things damages, we do not normally repair everything. CDs, if they are damaged, we don't repair it, we just throw it. Correct? Pen drive, if it is damaged, we just throw it. So everything that cannot be repaired is thrown, they become useless, and this gives rise to e-waste. Now the disposal of this e-waste is a very big problem. So there's a separate bin for all these kinds of waste. So if you have this kind of waste, always keep it separate. Don't throw it with your wet waste. Okay? It's a big problem. If you want, you can put it in the dry waste, but not wet waste. Now, festivals. We celebrate a lot of festivals with our families, right? In India itself, there are so many festivals that we celebrate. So in the same way, our country is celebrating different kind of festival, and each of this festival has is being connected to something. Now, what is the main occupation of our country? That's right, agriculture is the main occupation of our country, farming. So our festivals in India is mostly related to agriculture and the environment, and how the environment is changing. Now, the festival of Holi is the festival that marks the end of winter. Festival of Holi marks the end of winter. So Holi is celebrated when? Towards the end of winter, right? So in Punjab, Baisakhi is celebrated at harvest time. Baisakhi is celebrated at harvest time. Harvest means the crops are now ready to be cut and used. So that is called harvest time. Now this one festival is celebrated in different states with different name. So in Punjab it is called Baisakhi. In Maharashtra it is called Bail Pola. In Tamil Nadu it is called as Pongal. And in Kerala it is called as Onam. The same festival with different names, but it's the same. It is celebrated during the time of harvest. They're thanking God because they have got a good crop. The farmers have got a good crop. So this festival is marking that. Now Dasara, Diwali and Gudi Padwa are celebrated when the farm produce is ready. Now when everything is ready, the farms are being harvested and everything is ready, that's when these festivals are celebrated. There are many other festivals in India. Paryashuna, Buddha Purnima, Ramzan Eid, Christmas, Pateti are all important festivals. Whatever the festivals, all Indians take part in them happily and wish one another happily. Now there are two other very important festivals which our nations celebrate. Everybody of every religion. One is Independence Day and one is Republic Day. All citizens celebrate them. Now India gained independence from the British on 15th of August 1947. Hence that day is celebrated as Independence Day. The Indian Constitution came into effect from 26th of January 1950. So this day is also known as Republic Day. Festival bring people together. The feeling of togetherness grows. Festivals include song, dance, rangoli, games, competitions and races. This gives us joy. While celebrating festival, we must take care not to harm the environment. Small children and old people suffer if music is played too loudly. Loud noises cause noise pollution. So we must take care when we are celebrating our festivals that others are not harmed or are not getting troubled with our festival. Okay. Now there is another festival that is celebrated in India, but it's not celebrated on a wide scale. This is celebrated mostly in Maharashtra, that too in Thane district. India has several Adivasi tribes, right? Now there is a Warli tribe which lives in Thane district. In June, at the beginning of monsoon, when just before the rains, when the rains start, this festival is celebrated. The families celebrate a festival called Koli Bhaji. Okay, Koli Bhaji is celebrated. The festival is called Koli Bhaji. Now, what is this festival about? Kuli is a wild plant that is used as a vegetable. This plant grows after the rain begins. So it's a wild plant that grows, and it grows only after the rain begins. Family members go out into the surroundings and collect fresh tender kuli. They go out and they bring this leaf like thing, a Okay, it's mostly a leaf plant. The vegetable is cooked and an offering is placed before the gods. Once they cook the vegetables, they first place it before the god and then they all sit and eat it. So this is mostly celebrated in Maharashtra, that too in Thane district by the Warli tribe. Now there's another festival which Maharashtrians celebrate. It's called Makar Sankrant. It is also celebrated in winter. On this day, friends and relatives give each other tilgul, the laddu no tilgul, which is made of sesame and jaggery. Sesame is an important winter crop. Okay, sesame is an important winter crop. It's grown mostly in winter, and it is good to keep us warm. It helps us to keep warm, and that is why this specific laddu is exchanged on Makar Sankranti. And what else do you do on Makar Sankrant, boys? That's right, we fly kites. Now, what have we learned from this lesson? In a family, we are secure in every way. Families are of different types. Small families, big families, extended families. A family tree shows several generations of people. Every household chore is important. We must keep our house and surroundings clean. Many of our festivals are linked with agriculture and environment. Independence Day and Republic Day are our national festivals. Festivals increase the feeling of togetherness among people. During festivals, we meet each other, talk to each other, and feel connected. So, hope you have understood and enjoyed the lesson. Boys, thank you.